Spoilers and Fandom is like a book club for geeky stuff. Join us as we delve into the depths of our backlogs and sift through the games, comics, shows, movies, and books that we haven't checked out yet. Hey everyone, welcome back to Spoilers and Fandom. Today we are talking full-on spoilers for The New Gods by Jack Kirby. I'm Hellsknight.
I'm Hillary.
Alright, let's kick this off.
You start.
Let's start with the Black Racer.
Cheese personified.
I know that in modern day, like, he's a big deal.
Yeah.
In modern day DC, there's lots of stuff with him in the Flash.
Mm-hmm.
Although, again, I'm not up to date with current DC stuff, but there is a lot of stuff with him in the Flash.
Mm-hmm.
So I was not aware of how cringe his character was. If you have a Silver Surfer, of course you have
a Black
Racer.
Yeah.
When I tell you about the Black Racer, as someone who has never heard of the Black Racer,
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of?
Black suit, and either he runs fast, really, really fast, or he is in a machine that takes him very, very fast.
Right.
Yeah. Not skis.
Yeah. Skis is not what I think about either.
Not skis.
Skis is not like a space skier who is the embodiment of death.
Of death.
In
Death skis
the New Gods universe. Yep. Yep. That one definitely. It was like, huh? Although I kind of like the character, and he is a big deal.
Yeah.
After reading the New God stuff, this thing, I went into the audiobook for Final Crisis, and it's such a good transition from going from the New Gods to that.
Awesome.
Because the Black Racer features as literally he's like the exclamation point of how the story ends, and it's like built up as well. So yeah, just that, and especially with like how Darkseid has been portrayed in New Gods,
Yeah.
is very different from like
Modern
DC stuff where Apocalypse is like, like a kind of hell thing. Back then it was more like in Jack Kirby's take, it's more of like a cyborg sort of society that's being developed.
Yeah. It's they use the Darkseid and his people use the people of Apocalypse and modify them to become
exactly modify, right? Yeah. And like tech and that kind of stuff, which is the same actually in Final Crisis. It's like more closely related to Jack Kirby stuff than the other stuff.
Okay.
So it's a really good, if you're looking for something else to read that's better, try that. It's very different. But I like that aspect of that different take of how it's like cybernetic and stuff.
Yeah.
Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf was all right-ish, I think. Like, again, my favorite parts about this book are the stuff before the war broke out like badly.
Yeah.
Steppenwolf was like kind of like doing raids and stuff on New Genesis, and things like that was was happening.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that stuff. Seeing Allfather, how he was young, what happened, how he changed, all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Again, because of DC's stuff, I got confused with who's who. So I always thought Darkseid was Allfather's kid.
Highfather.
Highfather, yeah. Allfather, Highfather, yeah, sorry. Highfather's kid given to Apocalypse. And Orion was, what in this it is, like, it's Darkseid's kid who's given to New Genesis.
Yeah.
So I thought that Darkseid and Orion were like brothers rather than
father and son.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas in this, you have Scott Free.
Yeah. Now Scott Free is Highfather's son, who was
sent to Apocalypse, tortured, and escaped.
And he escaped. Yeah.
And he's Forager, I guess.
No.
No, he's not Forager.
He's Scott Free.
He's Scott Free, right?
Yeah.
So again, reading this, I thought then Forager.
Yeah, he's not very clear with the definitions of guys.
Yeah.
Because Forager he's just a regular guy, but it's in the way things happen in Apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
Power attracts power. So with Forager being the kind of guy that he is, he wants to work for his colony, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
In doing that, he'll fight for his colony first. He'll put colony first and he'll fight for his colony first.
Yeah.
And in doing that, he becomes their Orion, I want to quote, kind of, sort of.
He was their hero.
Yeah, he's their hero. So he realizes eventually that, maybe I'm not supposed to be a bad guy. Or it's just
a bad guy.
Yeah, it's just those buggy vibes of his.
Yeah, they're bugs apparently.
Yeah. So he'll switch back and then he'll be like, "Oh, cool! I'm a cool guy now." I liked what's his name? I liked Forager because of the change of focus of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Because seeing somebody, the way the bugs are introduced, there's something to be ignored, and then all of a sudden we now find this one version of the bug, this one guy among the bugs who's dope. So that's why I kind of liked Forager. Seeing him now fit in with Orion and everything, and seeing the power of him grow like that made me. That's what worked for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forager was cool.
But then guys like, I want to say, Kalibak.
Mm-hmm.
A guy like Kalibak is very also one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all just now family squabbles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Between the circle between him, Orion, and Darkseid.
Oh, sorry, I'm getting confused. Sorry, I thought Kalibak was the New Genesis son given to...
No, he was Darkseid's first son, but he never went to New Genesis. He just stays on Apocalypse.
Okay, yeah. But I thought, so I thought Kalibak, was
Highfather's son.
Was Highfather's son, yeah, and the other way, yeah.
No. So Kalibak was Darkseid's son from his first wife, who was killed by his mom and Desad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the reason why he Omega sanctions Desad, because he's like, yeah, you and my mom agreed to kill my wife. Screw you guys. And he killed his mom before, so this is very much his story, his origin story.
Wow. Okay.
Because I think even in the beginning it shows how he stole that power from his brother, the Omega power thing.
From his brother?
His brother was supposed to be the new king. He's the one who was supposed to have inherited that power. But then he usurped him.
Was it his brother, or was it like... You're talking about Darkseid, right?
Yes.
Was it his brother, or was it Steppenwolf?
I think it was his brother. Then Steppenwolf, I think, was just there. Yeah.
But he screwed Steppenwolf.
But he screwed Steppenwolf over as well.
I kind of like that thing as well. Like, you see the history of like how Darkseid rose.
Yeah.
And it feels like that could be like its own political mini-series, like...
Yeah.
In the days of our lives in Apocalypse, kind of...
The rise of Darkseid.
It could be its own thing. Like, there's a really good opportunity to have like a good politically driven story
from the...
of like a rise to power and stuff.
Actually, yeah. If I feel like maybe putting it that way,
yeah,
or at least putting such story points, as opposed to them only like the way Kirby did the story, I feel was very simple.
Yeah.
Doing this would now make it a lot more interesting. Now,
yes.
Because you'd get to feel Darkseid's power aside from it just being physical strength and all that stuff.
Yeah. He was a manipulative dude.
Yeah.
Super strategic with stuff that he did.
Yeah.
And before that, it was his mother who was ruling.
Yes.
So, yeah. I think it makes a good story if that was fleshed out.
Yeah. But we also still get to see I want to say Apocalypse MVPs. Like Granny Goodness is there, Big Bada is there, they're not really okay. They're mentioned, but I don't think they're directly like pointed out. You just have to recognize them.
Yeah, like Granny, I think is just mentioned a lot because she was the one who would raise Scott free, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't like that. The Big Barda, all that stuff. I didn't like the way that was depicted in this book. I thought they were like shortchanged.
Yeah. Because it's still not the best version of those characters that we know of.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is just the introduction.
And also with the ending, I didn't like it because this is what bugs me. At the end of this book, Orion gets killed.
Yeah.
Right? And then in the next book, he's alive, and he gets killed again. Like, I'm missing the what? Like, yeah, he gets killed properly at the end of Jack Kirby's run. And then you have the Hunger Dogs or whatever, that book, the next two miniseries. They're supposed to like finish the story, and then Orion's alive again, and he's then killed again. Like, yeah, it was weird. I like the action though in the follow-up books. I thought the motion and stuff that was improved in those ones.
Yeah, because I think also those ones came up a bit later.
Yeah, they look more modern. It's kind of weird though, because you get this different look of Apocalypse as well. You have all these like districts and stuff. Like, I forgot what it was called. There was like a double entendre with one of the places.
Armageddon.
Yeah, Armageddon and stuff like that. Like, it's so weird. Like, you're seeing families and stuff living on Apocalypse, suffering under Darkseid. It's so different from like what we know as Apocalypse from modern DC stuff.
Yeah,
that was super weird. There was also that girl. I think there was like a love interest there on Apocalypse as well.
Yeah, he had a love interest on Apocalypse.
And then we also get like this shot of one of these kids who would hang out with Metron.
Yeah.
Became a baddie of some sort.
And then eventually dies.
They have this moment. And it's so weird. Like, it's so like weird because there's no like, how did we get here? You know, like, it's just there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was definitely weird. And again, I mentioned the tech as well.
Yeah, like the mother boxes, Metron's chair,
Orion's gear.
Yeah. Orion's like harness, whatever the hell that is.
I need to find my gear. And then, you know, like, it's like his technology evolves with the book.
Yeah.
And it's like Jack Kirby is trying to figure out on the fly
as things go,
what his tech can do and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was kind of, I didn't like that either.
Yeah, because it wasn't really set properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, Orion's supposed to be this amazing badass warrior.
Yeah.
But it's like at the start you really get the impression that he's nothing without his equipment. Because he keeps referring to it as his equipment and then it's given a name later on.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's kind of, I think a bit more planning would have been a bit better.
Yeah.
On Jack Kirby's part.
Because like now, I feel like I might need to explain that because later on, later stories bring out the idea of Orion being Darkseid's son.
Mm-hmm.
He uses the mother boxes.
Yeah.
To gauge, to keep his rage in check.
Mm-hmm.
To keep his anger and his darker urges in check.
Mm-hmm.
When he doesn't have the mother box is when he's more liable to flip out and just go out on a rampage in war. So I wish now that aspect of the tech being kind of a limit was brought out more. Because in later stories it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, mother box is probably the only bit of tech I didn't have a problem with because it's like a god box really. It can do anything.
Yeah.
What I mean by his tech, I mean like his harness and his like guns and his power is cosmic, whatever that means. I don't know what that is. Mm-hmm. And it's never explained. It's like an energy blast, or now it's like creating a force field bubble
that he can control stuff in. Yeah.
And like like at the start at least of the run, it's like he couldn't do anything without it, and he had to like at one point he takes it off and he hides it
to go
on
undercover,
Apocalypse.
yeah.
He hides it like at a statue, but at the same like I
He
don't get
needs
it.
it, but he's hiding it.
Yeah, but at the same time he's a badass who doesn't need it, but like he need like so that
Was a bit
weird.
disjointed.
Yeah. I thought that was quite weird.
Okay.
What else did I like? The Dan Turpin stuff
Yeah.
was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I had no idea who this character was when I started reading it, and he's very random. But then he has this whole thing with Calabac, and I'm like, okay, I think I know what they were going for here. We are humans.
Yeah.
We will stand up to the hype.
Stand up to the evil.
Yeah,
that is.
I think that was Dan Turpin's shtick.
If now there's other stories
Mm-hmm.
in DC stuff later,
Yes, like Final Crisis.
like Final Crisis.
He is like a catalyst.
Yes. I was just about to say that. Since this is a spoiler, this is the spoiler episode, I won't spoil Final Crisis, but read that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in that
Seriously,
as well.
yeah. He's
And he's earned, you know his nickname in Final Crisis? Dangerous Dan.
Dangerous
Turpin.
Dan.
Yeah.
Yep. Check out Final Crisis after this.
For me, though, also like these guys, I remember like early on in this, when they introduced the Deep Six, that group from Apocalypse that's entirely water-based, but it's like an advanced guard.
Yeah. The Aquaman villains.
The Aquaman villains.
Yeah.
I really wish that these were actual guys who'd show up in Aquaman. I don't know if they do.
There is the new god who died, right?
Which one?
I can't remember. But like when he's dead, it's like the Deep Six kill him. And then Orion goes after the Deep Six.
Okay.
That guy who died, was that the water guy, maybe?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember
I
either.
also
Like
can't
Poseidon or some water master
Yeah.
or whatever the name would be. But like, yeah. I think they killed off
A new god.
the Aquaman new
The
god.
Aquaman new god.
Yeah. I liked the Deep Six in terms of their design.
The design was interesting.
Yeah.
And I liked the idea also of a group, of like this group outside of these guys who have a bit more agency to do things. Because like these guys could have been used to interact with the humans and show off new gods versus Earth. Fourth world guys versus Earth guys. A lot better. Yeah. As opposed to maybe, or even like, imagine if there was an issue where Orion was going through these guys one by one. Instead of we're introduced to all of the Deep Six, like even now as it is, we only know of four of the six. Yeah. So there are two guys who we have zero ideas about. Those are at least 6 issues we could have had.
Yeah.
Orion fighting these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of the villains gallery, you have Calabac, you have the Deep Six, you have Mantis.
Black Racer?
I mean, is he a bad guy? At no point did I feel like the Black Racer was a bad guy.
Okay, yeah, he wasn't scheming.
Huh?
He wasn't really a
He's
scheming
just
bad
death,
guy.
really.
He's just death.
Also that depiction I told you, that was weird. It's like every time they show the ghetto, it's like guys are shooting at each other.
Yeah.
and that kind of thing, which I guess is maybe that was there during that time. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
But that felt a little weird. The Black Racer being black though is a bold move.
Yeah.
I kind of like that concept though, like a guy who's catatonic, and then when he is death, he is not.
Yes.
I love that whole concept of being like on the verge of life and death,
And that's the
and you
reason
then
why
taking on
that man.
that's quite
That was dope.
that was quite cool. So I mean, as much crap as I give the Black Racer, I liked that concept. The skis are so weird though.
Yeah, the mode of transportation is weird. I really wish he just ran.
Or just like even like floated, like he just needs to be an entity, right?
Yeah. Okay. I guess the point is, okay. Our issue is with the word racer, I
Also,
think.
black racer. Like, nothing about his costume is black. Dude is wearing
Yeah,
blue,
red
red, and
skis.
yellow. Like, blue, red, and yellow. The only thing black is his, like,
Is his
alter ego,
yeah.
really.
But it's, I don't know.
What else?
So did you like? Okay, we didn't get much of New Genesis,
Yeah, we didn't. And the
but
stuff
we
we
did.
did get
Yeah.
was like the bug stuff.
Yeah, was backstory on Highfather.
Yeah. And lots of kids singing.
Yeah,
And the stuff with the All-Father going to the Source Wall.
yeah.
I feel
And
like...
Metron being
and Metron
on
going
both
here and
sides.
there. Yeah. I like Metron, to be honest.
Uh-huh.
He was written in a specific way, and he kind of stuck to it,
Yeah.
despite what others thought of him.
Because he's all about the science.
Yeah, he does not care who wins.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant to him. I like that. I thought he would play like a bigger part.
Yeah, me
though,
too.
like in the long run,
But I guess, yeah, they also developed him for the rest of the universe. Because even in later stories, it is when he does show up in strength.
yeah, I think there's a thing where Batman gets his chair as well.
Yeah.
Final Crisis, again, Metron's chair is huge. Metron is huge as well. Fastback was a complete waste.
Glorious Godfrey, Himon.
I don't even remember those guys.
Glorious Godfrey is the guy he's a human evangelist. He's a televangelist who works for Darkseid. He's actually a really interesting
yeah. He's in Final Crisis.
Yeah. But I don't know whether he showed up very well in this.
I don't remember him in this.
I think I just saw a face or something. Or maybe I'm confusing it because at the end, when they're showing all those pages and they're listing like the new gods, he's in the list of the new gods.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe that's what's confusing me. So what else did you like, not like?
Oh, I really like the Kraken stuff.
Uh-huh.
And the way that page was done in particular.
Yes.
The way that reveal was and what the hell was here. Like, you know, that stuff was done really well.
Yeah.
Like for building like tension and things like that.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was very cool. But I can't for the life of me remember how they dealt with that. How did they deal with it?
I'm actually going
Drawing
through.
blank.
Yeah.
Was it like a sound wave that they made to make it go away or ungrow, or I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
Yeah, and again, the women stuff in this book is very odd. You have that whole situation again with the Deep Six, where these guys are stranded on a boat in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
You have a father, a daughter,
And a son.
and a husband or son. I can't remember.
It was the father, son, and daughter, I think.
Yeah, and yeah, it's weird. The humans in this are weird.
Yeah, they weren't. I don't know whether they weren't the focus of the story, but even then, it was.
They're so unnecessary.
Yeah, they weren't necessary at all.
Like, literally, there's an accountant.
Yeah, and the secretary.
No, there's an accountant. One of them is an accountant. I'm just an accountant, and I have a family to get back to.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and they talk about this like the time when they're talking about the inconvenience when they're
when they're staying at this guy's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird, man. What was your best fight, I guess, or your best storyline with this whole thing? Was it just the Deep Six stuff?
No. My favorite storyline was it'll be the Darkseid stuff early on in the beginning. That because you remember when Highfather discusses the reason why he had to make a deal with Darkseid and the reason why he had to give up Scot-Free and he had to take Orion.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that setup because it felt like these guys were at a stalemate and it was the only way to end the war. So Highfather discusses, you kind of see his mind, his mental process between I want the best for my people on New Genesis, but I'm also willing to deal with this guy. I'm willing to deal with Darkseid and all the issues that he brings with. these are my issues. And then now him, Metron, that politics of Highfather, Metron, and Darkseid trying to figure out the dance of power between the three of them, I want to say. For me, but if it was fights, I want to say anything with Kalibak. Kalibak, I like that kind of raw, just bestial fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so me too. My favorite thing was that whole history thing of how it came about, that truce.
Yeah, how did
Steppenwolf in the old days.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Because even when the book ends, like, what's his name? Orion does escape. And he leaves Darkseid on a maybe exploding Apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
But then you'll hear the last explosion, but Apocalypse still stands. They say that the last bomb of the things that they'd set up exploded. But Apocalypse still stood.
Yeah, they blew up New Genesis, right?
Yeah, they blew up New Genesis. Not Apocalypse, sorry. But even Apocalypse, there was that final bomb that they put there.
Yeah.
It blew up, but it didn't blow the planet up.
Yeah. How did Orion die in that one?
That one, he just escaped on the ship.
No, Orion.
Yeah, he left Darkseid on Apocalypse, and went.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then how did he die again?
Now that one, the book just ended there, and then immediately goes into the back pages. This is Highfather, this is Orion, this is Light Ray.
Oh, okay, yeah, fine. Sorry, so I was confused. Because there's the part of him being shot when he's trying to save his mom, where he dies like that. I swear there was another way he died.
No, because this one at the end, he gets away, locks himself in the escape pod, because Darkseid was trying to reach him. And he and I think the human lady were there.
Yeah.
So they lock the escape pod and escape, and then Darkseid is just left there at the back, watching them fly away.
Okay. Yeah. That is how it ended. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. It's in the next thing that he's killed.
Yeah.
Trying to save his mom.
Yeah. But like for me, yeah, Kalibak, Darkseid.
Didn't he die fighting Kalibak?
He did early on, but they brought him back because, like, at the literal end of the story, it's him escaping from Darkseid.
Yeah. But like, you know the big fight that they had.
Yeah, Kalibak finished him.
Yeah, he did die.
But then he also came back and finished Kalibak. And then when Kalibak failed, Darkseid ashes him.
Yes, so he did die twice.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess that's it. It's a bit short, but still a 6 out of 10 for me.
Still 6, yeah. For me, it's still 6, 7. It's okay.
Yeah.
I would only recommend this under very specific circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not for everyone, but for the few that do, maybe they're valued. Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for listening. Next time we'll be checking out Fable. Fable. In terms of comics.
Yes.
The other shows that are coming up are Arcane for the TV show, Swords of Ditto for the video game, The Swordsman for the movie, Reaper's Gale for the book. So thanks for listening. Cheers. I'm Hellsknight.
I'm Hillary.
Have fun.
Have fun.
Do you have an opinion on what we just discussed? Did we miss something? Tell us in the comments section and we'll read it in the next episode. If you're listening on Anchor, send us a voice message and we'll add it to this episode. Don't forget to follow our podcast on Twitter @SpoilFans for updates. And follow our Instagram for behind the scenes action @SpoilersInFandom. Also, subscribe to us on YouTube and Anchor to get the latest episodes.